This week on The Splash, picnics, the rise of pickleball, and later we train our brain. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything from local news to feature stories, all so that we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash.
Welcome to The Splash. I'm Brooke Allen, and as always, thank you for joining us. The summer is coming to an end, and WB Parks wanted to celebrate by inviting everyone in the community to a big old picnic. And Jake Kustash stopped by to see what's cooking.
Food plus outdoors equals picnics, and everybody loves picnics. I'm here today at a picnic in the park.
We're having the senior picnic in the park. It's an annual event that takes place in August, and it's a great time. Beautiful weather. We have a nice barbecue lunch, apple pie, watermelon, all the picnic requirements and chips, and have live music, and the seniors really enjoy it and have a great time. We have such a large senior group in West Bloomfield, and we feel it's really important for seniors to come out and connect, to just get out, to make connections, see people, have fun.
And part of that fun involved listening and dancing to the many different songs performed by Michael Krieger.
Fan favorite. He has played a few events in the past for us. He's probably best known for our youth campout, family campout that we have here at Marshbank as well. That's going to be coming up in the fall. And we had lots of seniors out here dancing, singing along. So he does a great job.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It was all seniors, and such a beautiful day looking out over the water. And I was just singing and playing. There was a barbecue and picnic, and seemed like everybody had a great time. Well, I think people are just so happy to be out of Marshbank Park. It's such a beautiful place, and I've played a lot of events here, and we just seem to always be blessed with wonderful weather. I don't know how that works out, but it's very consistently great, and just always great to be out here. It's a beautiful park.
To put on events such as this, it takes cooperation and hard work from everyone involved.
A lot of staff come out today to help. Joe, the park director, was out grilling. Aaron is one of our transit drivers. He was out grilling today, and we had lots of people from our Recreation Activity Center Commission come out and help serve the food for the seniors today.
I would say if you're thinking about coming to a West Bloomfield event, please come, because always wonderfully organized and always a great time.
Everybody here had some food and some fun, and I got stung by a bumblebee. Reporting for The Splash, I'm Jake Kustash.
You can find more information at our website at civiccentertv.com/bigoldpicnic. Right now, many senior citizens in our community are learning and enjoying the game of pickleball. And Larry Nyland brings us the story of this game's emerging popularity.
If you've been near Drake Sports Park the past couple of years, you've probably heard this addictive sound of a ball hitting a paddle and wondered what exactly that is. Well, that sound is the sure sign that pickleball is being played. The best way to describe pickleball is that it's a hybrid of tennis, ping pong, and badminton, and it's quickly becoming a great activity that people of all ages love to participate in. On this day, a group of beginners came out to get their first taste of this burgeoning sport. And what better instructor to have than someone who helped bring pickleball to West Bloomfield?
In 2016, I wrote a letter to West Bloomfield Township saying they needed to get pickleball courts in here. They had this great sport that's coming around. So they got these pickleball courts in 2017, and then I went and said, I'd like to start teaching it, to introduce people, to get people excited about it. And I wanted more people to play. So I said, I'll teach some courses here. I'm an instructor in Florida, so I'll teach for you. So I taught last year, and I taught this year. This year, we've had easily twice as many courses as last year, and many people interested.
Pickleball is played on what looks like a smaller tennis court, and it does attract a good many tennis players. But they soon realize that it's not quite the same sport.
It's a different game. You need a different stance, you need a different shot. It's a completely different game. The easiest part to me was returning the serves and returning the hits from the other side. The hardest part was serving. But it's a lot of fun, and for those of us who are more senior citizens and we can't get around like we used to on the tennis court, it's a great game to play.
And while pickleball is tremendously fun to play and a great form of exercise, the social aspects of it are just as important for those who participate.
As we get older, it is harder to meet new people. And I want to stay active. I want to stay active until the day I die. So I'm trying to find things to do. And here I have the best of both worlds. Not only can I stay active, it is the best cardio workout getting out here and doing this for 2 hours. And you meet new people. You're playing with new people. You don't know them. Your paddle's right in line. 3 people. You go play with them. Oh, what's your name? What's your name? Oh, okay. Well, you want to play again? Oh, we play again, another game. And people have now become my friends that I would never have met before. And I get, like I said, the best cardio workout. Never go to a gym ever again because you're out here. And what happens is you're out here playing for, let's say, an hour and a half. And you go, oh my gosh, I've been out here an hour and a half. Anybody ready for another game?
From West Bloomfield, reporting for The Splash, I'm Lawrence Nyland.
For more information, you can visit civiccentertv.com/pickleballfrenzy. Later in the show, our minds improve through movement.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV. And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Brooke Allen. Thank you for being with us. In an effort to train brains, Mind You put on a class that uses movement to improve and strengthen our minds. Shannon Line has the story.
Ever forget what you're trying to say or say one word and you meant another? Well, as a part of Mind University workshops, there's a presentation on brain health in relation to exercise that is helping people of all ages work on their mental health. These brain health workshops meet up monthly and are free to anyone in the community who want to work to keep their minds sharper when going through aging.
Today is one of our Gray Matters workshops. Every month we bring in an expert on a topic related to brain health and have them talk to anyone in the community who'd like more information. Today's topic is on balance and movement and why that's important for our brains as we age. We've had nutritionists come in and people who do meditation, talk about stress management, and we've had mental health professionals talk about depression and anxiety, anything that in any way impacts the health of our brains, because we want to go into aging with the healthiest brains possible.
Brittany Dennis and Alan Huss bring their presentation, Brain Health Through Movement, to help inform others about the benefits that simple everyday exercises can help with balance and cognition.
We are a skilled and wellness-based business. We are based in Dearborn, and we do everything from traditional skilled therapy, which is through your doctors, also like a lot of wellness things, and we're really big on community outreach. So today we're giving a presentation on movement as it relates to brain health. We're going to be giving some exercise tips and things to do to help keep you keep cognitive decline at bay. We're going to go over 3 different types of exercise. We're also going to go over different things that you can do and keep yourself busy and stay active.
Mind University is helping individuals through a multi-step process to exercise the brain, just like many people would exercise the other muscles throughout their body.
So in addition to the workshops and training programs, the Mind Aerobics curriculum is really the heart of Mind University. We all know that as we get older, we have changes to our hearing, our vision, sometimes mobility, but we also have normal, predictable changes to our cognition. And so these classes give us a way to fight back. What's so interesting is that every class and every level targets the same cognitive skills that we need. It just goes about them in a different way, right? So we always start start by targeting our reaction time, which is how quickly do our brains respond to changes around us. After reaction time, we do a visual spatial skills, helpful for our balance or to not bump into doorways because we can lose our peripheral vision as we get older. Every class gets a little bit harder than the one before and moves a little bit faster because we're challenging our brain, and that's what helps our brains continue to grow despite our age.
For more information on Mind University workshops, you can visit Jewish Family Service Resource Center at resourcecenter@jfsdetroit.org. Here in West Bloomfield, I'm Shannon Line reporting for The Splash.
To know more on this story, you can visit civiccentertv.com/minduniversity. And now it's time for the Civic Center TV event update, where we provide you with upcoming events around Greater West Bloomfield. And for more events coming up, visit civiccentertv.com/events. Come to Henry's Market on Main. This market hosts a variety of fresh, locally grown produce as well as baked goods, herbs, salsa, and many other delicious products, including free samples. Learn from expert chefs how to prepare a meal with the ingredients grown from Henry Ford's very own greenhouse. The market is open Wednesdays from 9 to 5 and is free and open to the public. For more information, go to henryford.com. Check your watch because it's time to turn up. The dynamic duo Rick and Dana are coming to Marshbank Park for the Kids Commotion concert, all thanks to WB Parks. Music, bounce houses, and food will be available at the concert. The concert takes place on the 11th at 5:30 p.m. and admission is free. For more information, go to wbparks.com. It's time to tee off with Tea Time at Top Golf. September 15th, join the Optimist Club of West Bloomfield at Top Golf in Auburn Hills for some community fun and competition. The event is going on from 9 a.m. to noon, and golf skills are not needed to play. Tickets are $55, and for additional information, contact Brittany Trout at btrout@wbparks.org. Do you wish dogs could read? Well, they can't, but you can read to them. All thanks to the Read to a Dog event at the West Bloomfield Public Library. Certified therapy dogs will be at the library on September 15th from 1 to 2 p.m. And at this event, children can improve their reading skills and boost their literary confidence by reading a book to these friendly, eager-to-listen canines. Admission is free. For additional info, visit westbloomfieldlibrary.org. Animals, libraries, and free admission, oh my. Nelson, the animal guy, is coming to the West Bloomfield Public Library September 15th from 3 to 4 p.m. and is bringing his wildlife safari. Animals from all over the world are coming to visit West Bloomfield, and everyone in the community is invited to watch the show. Admission is free. For more information on this event, go to westbloomfieldlibrary.org. Dispose of prescription drugs with Operation Medicine Cabinet, happening year-round in West Bloomfield, Keego Harbor, and Orchard Lake. It takes place at the police departments of the 3 communities. Disposing of drugs is completely anonymous. Open 24/7 in West Bloomfield, Tuesdays and Thursdays 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Keego Harbor, and Monday through Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Orchard Lake. For more information, visit oakgov.com or call your local police. That's it for this week's highlights. You can find more events online at civiccentertv.com/events and see everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, I'll sit down with UFO expert Bill Konkolesky.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Civic Center TV is your home for everything greater West Bloomfield. Here you can tune into community programming such as our weekly news magazine show, The Splash, as well as coverage of local events and meetings in Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, and West Bloomfield. You can also watch all of your local programming online anytime at civiccentertv.com. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm joined this week by UFO expert Bill Konkolesky. And Bill, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, sure.
So MUFON, tell me what that is.
MUFON is the world's largest UFO civilian research organization. MUFON stands for Mutual UFO Network.
And how long have you been involved?
Since 1993. I've been a member now for 26 years, and 15 of them have been as state director. We're an international organization. We're in 43 countries. We got over 3,500 members. Most of our footprint is within the United States. All the states have their own chapters, and we've been around since 1969, so we just celebrated our 50th anniversary.
Right. So tell me about what happened to you in 1989.
Okay. The thing that got me to contact MUFON in the first place, to even try to find out if there was anybody that investigated UFOs, it was me and two friends. We were in high school as seniors and parked in a car waiting for another friend to get off work. It was 9 p.m. and February, so it was quite dark already. And while we were sitting there waiting, this blue ball of light came over the car. It was about the size of a car itself, very bright blue, about the height of 2 telephone poles, I estimate. And then it just slowly drifted over the car. We all three saw it. And then when it disappeared, this white ball of light came and zigzagged all over the sky, really wildly, erratically, and then that disappeared. And then a red ball of light in the center of the sky grew and then shrank and then disappeared. And we didn't know who to tell. We all three saw the same exact thing. And it took a few years before, when I was just telling friends, hey, you know, this is something we saw. This is something we saw. And a friend said, why don't you actually report it to a group that investigates UFOs? I'm like, oh.
And so you did?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what came back after that?
It came back as anomalous. The opinion was the person that had looked into it, the investigators said they weren't sure what it was that we saw. You know, our primary duty in MUFON is to identify what people are reporting to us, which we can anywhere between 80 to 95% of the time identify what people are seeing. And sometimes people are thankful, saying, oh, thanks, you know, it was good to know that that was an aircraft, or that it was a Perseids meteor shower at that time, or this or that it was a drone, it was a sky lantern, things like that. And then, other people just want the validation that what they saw was unusual. And then when we can't give that to them because we can identify it, then sometimes they're not happy. But there's always, again, that small percentage of things that we can identify. And then me being somebody who fell into that category, I was hungry for more. I wanted to hear other people's reports.
So what was so interesting about that is that you said you had gone to work the next day.
Oh,
and
yeah.
somebody else had seen it.
Yep.
So it wasn't just the three of you.
Yeah. In fact, went into work the next day. I went to the first coworker I found and said, hey, you'll never guess what I saw last night. And her response was, oh, did you see that UFO like our maintenance guy did?
So what part of Michigan were you in when that happened?
Sterling Heights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened in Sterling Heights 2 years ago. And then these days, like you mentioned, drones are out there, aircraft, falling stars. So how many, have the reports gone up since you've been involved with MUFON, or have they just kind of stayed the same as far as how many you get?
It's a tricky metric to track, admittedly. It was when we got our online reporting form really perfected that the number of sightings that we had jumped. And we think it was just due to ease of being able to report it. The internet has been very helpful, obviously, in visibility, so that level of visibility has drummed up the number of sightings. And right now, we have a situation where people want very quick things on their phone to be able to do.
Right.
I mean,
instant gratification?
Yeah, and so when it takes them several minutes to fill out a UFO report form, we think that the numbers have dropped just slightly because that people can't do 3 swipes on their phone to report a UFO. But really, seriously, if you're going to report a UFO, please do take the time to put in the data correctly, because we certainly need it. We keep it. We keep decades of data. All the reports that we have are anonymous.
Okay.
People don't have to worry about saying,
So
we get
saw UFO.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is that website? How can people do this?
The best place to go is MUFON.com and MUFON.com. If you want to report your sighting, go there. When you got 15 minutes, fill out the report form, and somebody will get back with you. Or also, if you're interested in investigating UFOs yourself, go to MUFON.com and find out how you can do that with us. And then our state chapter has regular meetings, and you can find our state chapter through MUFON.com, or just put in Michigan MUFON in Google.
So what do you say to someone who doesn't believe in UFOs?
Yeah, it's understandable. They have that luxury of disbelief because they haven't seen it themselves, and you're really asking somebody to really reevaluate their whole way of thinking of everything, including areas like religion or just one's place in the universe, that we're the top dogs on the planet and therefore we're probably the top, that sort of just ego of believing that we're at the top of the food chain, and then you find out that there's others out there somewhere in space that are more technologically advanced than us and probably have their act better put together than we do. And so, you can't just say to somebody, hey, I saw this UFO, believe me, because really what you're telling them is, asking of them is, hey, reevaluate everything for me just so I can tell you this story.
Unless, of course, somebody says, oh, so did I.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And then you have a kinship.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much. Anything that you would like to add? You do have kids, and I'm just curious, do they have any idea about UFOs, or have they ever seen anything that they've told you about? Or
Well, certainly I don't like to share things about family. I'm out there publicly, and they know I do space talks, and so then they seem to be quite proud of me, and
as they should be.
And then hopefully by the time that they're adults, there's real disclosure from the government, and it'll be a brave new world.
Okay, well, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it, and so interesting because you do hear people throughout life say, "I think I saw something weird last night," and again, you maybe shrug it off, or you just go, "Okay, sure," and keep walking, right? So thank you, and again, we have been joined by UFO expert Bill Konkolesky.
Thanks.
And on this week's episode of A Minute with Nature, we learn about some differences between warm and cold-blooded animals.
Hello and welcome to Minute with Nature. I'm your host, Lauren Azuri, the park naturalist for West Bloomfield Parks. We're outside our nature room today talking about endothermic and ectothermic animals, or more commonly known as warm-blooded and cold-blooded animals. So warm-blooded animals, for example, birds and mammals, can control their own temperature. So internally they're able to make themselves stay warmer no matter what the temperature is around them. Whereas our cold-blooded ectothermic animals, like fish, amphibians, reptiles, and some insects, they depend on their surroundings to regulate their temperature. So if they're in a cold environment, they are generally colder. If they're in a warm environment, they're generally warmer. That is why a lot of times you'll see reptiles like snakes sunning themselves on a black asphalt that absorbs heat, or you'll see turtles sunning themselves on a log because they need to get warmer. You'll also notice with ectothermic animals, those cold-blooded animals, that they're more sluggish and slower moving when their environment is cooler because it does affect their muscles, and when their muscles are colder, they move slower. That's another difference, too, is how they spend their winters. So warm-blooded endothermic animals, if they're not able to survive during the winter, they go into hibernation mode, and they do like a long, deep sleep. Whereas cold-blooded animals like reptiles and amphibians, they do what's called brumination. They slow down completely. They almost have an antifreeze in their blood that keeps them surviving the winter under those below freezing temperatures. And that's the difference mainly between endothermic and ectothermic, or warm-blooded and cold-blooded animals. And that's your Minute with Nature.
For more episodes of Minute with Nature, visit civiccentertv.com/MWN. And now it's time for our final segment, Person of the Week, where we celebrate the people in the community who are inspiring and providing toward others. And this week's recipient is Kristen Armstrong from Profile by Sanford. Kristen is the franchise owner of Profile in West Bloomfield. This company provides weight loss and wellness strategies to individuals who are seeking science-based solutions toward improving their health. Working with the community and employers in the community, she has been able to improve the lives of many individuals in our area. And her journey with Profile has only just begun. Kristen wants to strengthen the wellness of people in the community by providing custom-made health solutions that are developed by physicians. She is also one of the leaders in the Young Entrepreneur Group, which is part of the Chamber of Commerce in West Bloomfield. Here, she wants to work towards getting more entrepreneurs connected and involved in our community in order to benefit our community. This dedication to connecting and improving the health of people in our area is what makes Kristen our Person of the Week. And if you know someone making a difference, a positive difference, let us know and message us on social media or send an email to thesplash@civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate and acknowledge those making a difference in our community, and we appreciate your suggestions. That's it for this week's show. You can watch new episodes Mondays at 5:30 p.m. at Civic Center TV, on Comcast 15 and AT&T 99, and online in HD at civiccentertv.com. And, of course, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on Instagram at Civic Center TV. And for all our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Kego Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Brooke Allen. Thank you for watching The Splash.